I'm playing in this tournament in Kottayam, Kerala, and I noticed a loophole, a hole in my play, and I wanted to share this with you. So this will also be beneficial to those who play in tournaments or those who generally just want to improve in chess. So it's important to understand our mistakes and the patterns that repeat and try to work on them. So this was a position I had in my final round game against Shreyas, 1-3-0 rated. Final round win was required to get into the prize list, and this was a position. This came from a Dutch defense. You can see F5 was played, and I've got a good sender. I've got the E5 break, which is a good thing for Dutch players. And the pieces look okay, right? Now, the question that I want you to ponder about is, should we go E4? This was something I considered during the game. So I'll give you the time to think, and then I'll come back to this. So you can make a decision now about whether to play E4 or not. Okay, I'll continue with the discussion. You can pause the video if you'd like to calculate and make a decision, which is what we should do generally when we make decisions in chess. Now I did not play e4 because e4 knight f4 was enough for me, and then the knight was jumping to d5 and all those things, and I didn't want that. So I did not play e4. But the thing is, actually, what I played here was I played queen h5. He played bishop a3. Still e4 was possible, but here I refuse because knight f4 comes with a threat to the queen, and then knight jumps to d5. So I definitely didn't want that now. So I played rook here, and he got c5, and he went on to win the game. Now, when I came back to analyze the game in Lichess, the engine just basically asked me, why did you not play e4? That's the move that gets you an advantage. So how? I was like, how? So you can see here, when I reach this position, e4 is the best move, it's minus 1.3. How? How is giving the knight a good square a good move, a move that gives an advantage? First of all, we're killing his bishop, kind of. It doesn't have much play, we're gaining space, f3 control. But the knight's jumping to good squares, no? That's what I didn't like. But the problem with that is, with how my train of thought was, my train of thought ended very fast. This needs a little bit of going more through it, more calculation. So e4, knight f4, g5. So this is what I'd seen g5. G5 I'd seen, but it doesn't open up my king that much. King is fine thanks to the bishop. It just controls the square, asks the knight move. But what I didn't see was this bishop deed. I didn't evaluate this position to be good. This is actually good because now the knight's trapped. To make space for the knight, white has to play c5. So that when I play c6, he can at least go knight b6. This is just a great position. This I'm sure I would win because a pawn on b6 would be weak. Takes, pawn b6 is weak. I can play d5. Everything is perfect. Bishop f6, queen, bishop e6. It's just perfect. So again, it comes down to this moment. This moment. Where white has played e3. e4 is possible, but I didn't go further down that line and made the wrong decision to not play e4. And that cost me the game. So I've been noticing this in my games recently. Like this pattern has been very constant in my games. The funny thing is, in the same tournament, in third round, I had the same situation, and you can see me noting down the observation here. This fear of knight jumping to good squares is still in my mind. Otherwise, I would have played e4. Need to get over this. And it's the same move. It's the same move. It's from a Dutch defense. In this case, white has played b3 and bishop b2. It was a English that made that changed it into that became a Dutch. So you can see the same similar structure. This is even better because white doesn't even play d4. So this is a great position. And here I was thinking of e4, but not much because again I was afraid of the knight becoming better and the bishop becoming better. Two things in my mind that stopped me from playing e4. So I should have played e4. e4 was required. So again, e4 takes wouldn't be good for him because then the rook also becomes open. Then it's winning because f2 falls. So he wouldn't take. I had calculated knight moves. And here I thought this should be good for him. But actually I can go knight e5. And now d3 is hanging. So he has to take. This needs a little bit of calculation because we have to see that the pawn is not really hanging. This is not really a problem because you can of course play knight f2 and that's winning. So he can't do that. He'll have to defend the f pawn. But if he defends the f pawn and the knight jumps to d3 and this is game over. f2 falls. I mean f2 is attacked. So it's actually difficult to digest that I had noticed this. I mean, I had noticed in the previous tournaments, and then I had an experience in the third round, and I lost this round. So first day was horrible. First round loss and third round loss, which hasn't happened in a long time to me. But yeah, what I want to show you guys was this fear of night gems. Like temporarily, like for one move, it seems like the knight is going to better square. No, we shouldn't play that. Like here, we shouldn't play e4. We're giving him space. The pawn is going forward. But we should see beyond that most of the time. Like there's some positions where giving him more play is bad, but here e4 gets us more play than him. That's the main thing. Like he gets play, opponent gets play, but we get more play than him. That is why moves like e4 should be played. Now I'll show you one more example, and that's also very important. That's from a tournament I played 2 tournaments back, like 1 month back, and it's a different position. Sorry. Yeah, it's a different position. This was a tournament in Hyderabad, and this was a third round. And what will you play here? Okay, you can have a look at the position. It's one pawn up. It's a comfortable situation. The knight has just come to d3. It went from here to here and here to here, and now it's all ready to go to e5. And I'm already scared. Scared as in uncomfortable. Uncomfortable with this knight jumping here, which I cannot challenge. And for the bishop to attack this knight, it'll take ages, and no other piece can attack it. Right? So this was a very uncomfortable idea for me. Right? And the opponent would want to play moves like this. I mean, that's why he did all this. So what did I do? I took the easy route. I just took. So here, why is it better to allow this? Here, it's not about getting more play than him. He will get a good knight. But the thing is, that's the only thing he's got in the position. Even if the knight jumps here, that's just one piece. And that's what I even noted here. Learning point. This is a very important aspect to understand and improve. I had the same problem last tournament. Okay, I won't show you that. We'll not go that far behind. But you understand my learning process. As soon as the knight gets ready to land on a good score, I'm exchanging it off, not wanting to deal with one good piece of opponent. It's not needed. Let the knight come to e5. Why exchange of a nice piece for that knight? One piece coming to a good score will not help him much. So I had this in my mind. And then 2 tournaments later, the same problem happens twice. Not once, twice. So it takes a long time for something to, for you to learn something, for you to eradicate a bad thing in your play. That's how difficult chess learning is. So here the point being, if I actually what I played was queen g6 with the idea that after rook g1 I'll just exchange the knight, but otherwise the knight's going to come to here and attack the queen. So I exchanged it off. Somehow I won this game. I made a blunder here, but later on went on to win the game. He played pretty bad, but the correct play here is just d4. Just go ahead with the original plan, which was to push these pawns forward. Like here, if he, okay, he wouldn't take, right? Let's say he plays knight e5. There's no threats with the knight. Knight can't jump anywhere. It just sits there, right? That's what I did not say. I didn't evaluate the position thoroughly enough. Didn't go like longer into the position, into the path. I just stopped at knight coming here. No, bad. So here, what are the plans? Just rook d8. Rook d8 should be good, or queen d5, putting pressure, rook g1. He'll have to play, then rook d8. Position is just great. queen e2, and then d3. Just an absolutely wonderful position. So yeah, I hopefully in the next tournament I'll give it more care when I make moves. It's been a lot of time since this problem has happened, so it's high time that I finally learn from this. And making a YouTube video on this will certainly help. Yeah. So hopefully, let let me hope that this does not happen again in my future tournaments. And I hope this was a useful lesson for all of you.